If you've ever wished your life was different in some way, you want to make some changes, but the trouble is you're not even sure exactly what's up, and there's just this nagging feeling of discontent, then you're not alone. I'd say 85-90% of the people who come to me start from that point. And my job as a life coach is to try and help them narrow things down and figure out what's up. Even then, often people really don't know how to start to make a change. And if you're feeling like that, then this video might just be the nudge that you need. So keep watching. Hello, Leslie Hornsby here. For those who tune in regularly, you'll know that the focus of my channel is NLP techniques and communication skills, ideas about human psychology, and an exploration of a variety of approaches that can help you learn to master your emotions and transform your life. And if you'd like to know more, then please just click subscribe and you'll get future videos on a regular basis. And if you think you need a bit more help, and you want to give life coaching a try, I'm more than happy to talk things through with you. Just use the link below and you can make an obligation-free telephone appointment. So given that the title of the video is Can NLP Change Your Life? Let's start with what NLP is all about, what it stands for. It's neuro-linguistic programming. It's been around since the late 70s, and I have to say, speaking from personal experience, it really is astonishingly successful. It's made up of a variety of techniques specifically crafted and very adept at unpicking the workings of the human mind and then providing you with a whole range of tools. And based on that kind of insight, it allows you to tackle your frailties, obsessions, and your weird and wonderful ways of thinking. Ultimately, it offers you the opportunity to make positive changes to the way that you think and how you deal with your emotions. It doesn't really matter whether you're trying to eliminate an unwanted habit, get your motivation back, conquer a phobia, or just make your goals feel more achievable. Why so diverse in its application? Because all of those things are molded and created in your own head, and that's where NLP really comes into its own. Now, you might well be thinking to yourself, but what makes up NLP? What is it? Well, the underlying principles of NLP draw on years of research into language patterns that are characteristic of effective therapists, as well as modelling great communicators, harnessing psychotherapy techniques. There's elements of medical hypnotherapy, linguistics, cognitive science, philosophy, even political commentary. By way of example, the co-founders Richard Bandler and John Grinder were really captivated by Milton Erickson's technique. Now, he was an American psychiatrist and psychologist who specialised in medical hypnosis and family therapy. Bandler and Grinder incorporated Erickson's manner of conversational hypnosis into NLP. That's communicating to the unconscious using artfully vague techniques, doing away with the usual authoritarian suggestive approach. Erickson focused on building rapport and meeting the person in their model of the world to remove resistance from the unconscious. Erickson's techniques became a core part of NLP and is known as the Milton model. The beauty of NLP is once you get to grips with it, you can use it in your daily life. It can propel you into a greater self-awareness so that you come to understand why you do the things you do, why you react the way that you do, and you'll get properly acquainted with your belief system and values and come to recognize how they dictate your behavior. And all this then results in a greater command over your emotions. So the basis of NLP is that there's an unconscious link between how the brain works and our behaviours. And quite frankly, that is something I've always instinctively believed long before I'd ever heard of NLP. Added to all of this, NLP also focuses on your language patterns, and these patterns are just yet another indicator of your life experiences and the posture that you take in life. Bandler and Grinder believe that all these components make up the psyche of an individual, and once that's unravelled, you can then allow yourself to make a change, giving you the ability to improve your life. If you think about it, the simple act of thinking, which we do every minute of every day, it involves things like visualization, so images, sounds, feelings, touch, smell, and of course taste. In other words, our five senses, and that's how we interpret the outside world. And so by becoming adept at understanding those senses and how you process them, NLP provides you with incredible power over your thinking. Almost by default, if you like, there are things that you think about consciously, but then there are also things in that internal world that for the most part you're not even aware of. Your mind is constantly running unconscious emotional and mental programs. If a program works for you, no problem. But if it leads to self-sabotage, where you find goals are slipping away, opportunities are being squandered, fear prevents you from taking a chance on something that could have led to great success or better things, then you start noticing, and that's when the nagging discontent starts to grow. NLP techniques are all about revising those unhelpful programs and developing generative ones. And this is why understanding what you value in life is so important. Your personal values basically dictate all your actions and are ultimately what motivate you. If, for example, you're feeling conflicted, consider whether the thing that's giving you trouble aligns with your values. Let's say you're passionate about protecting the environment, but then a plastics company offers you a job. The job spec is basically your dream job, but the question is, would you take it? That's a fairly simplistic example, but the fact is that exact situation happened to me. I've actually turned down a job with a company because I found out that they tested pharmaceuticals on animals. In that instance, it wasn't a difficult decision for me because the fact was, although it was a very well-paid training position and exactly what I was looking for at that time, my views on animal cruelty were pretty much central to my values and still are, and it made it a bit of a non-starter. And I imagine if I felt compelled to take that role, say because I had bills or a lot of debt, I don't think I'd have been very happy and would almost certainly have sort of quit the first chance I got. Values are your deepest unconscious filter, so it's obviously pays to understand and acknowledge that they are an integral part of what drives you. If you think about it, when values are aligned with what you do at work or in your personal life, you feel comfortable, happy, and in a natural state. And it's no secret that employees whose values are most aligned to the organisation they work for become high performers. They're able to see their role clearly and know how they're contributing to the overall results. So let's talk a few specifics. Let's say you're struggling with an unwanted habit or you're trying to cope with a phobia. NLP offers any number of techniques to help tackle these barriers. One approach is called the swish pattern. Now this works by helping you evaluate and then change your response to a specific trigger, usually by guiding you to alter the key building blocks of your senses. In other words, what you see, hear, feel, taste or smell. Some of the most common problems that I tackle with clients includes compulsive obsessive behaviours such as nail biting, smoking, and sometimes things like high calorie foods, addictions to those sugary snacks. The impact of helping people resolve this kind of behaviour is enormously rewarding for me as a coach. You know, watching someone emerge from years of addiction or phobia, and you can only imagine how that individual might feel. Many people describe it as getting out of prison, which is effectively what they've achieved, freeing themselves from harmful thought processes and all the subsequent behaviour that results. It's exactly these kinds of breakthroughs that make me agree with the boast that NLP really can transform your life. Now, if your issue is overcoming, say, something like procrastination or staying focused and moving forward towards a goal, well, NLP can help there too. By employing a strategy that delves into the process a person navigates when making a decision or formulating a goal, NLP focuses you on how that decision or goal can be described through your senses. So let's say you've decided on an exercise regime, but you've drifted into a stop-start situation. Yeah, we've all done that one. You've promised yourself you'd get up early, take a walk before work, but lately the alarm's been going off and you've often gone back to sleep instead of getting up and at them. So in this instance, you might think about applying an NLP strategy called strategy elicitation. It helps you examine more closely the chain of events that lead to that decision. It's designed to reveal gaps that need to be filled to successfully make the right choice of what you want to do, which in this case is to regularly exercise. Once this initial start to the day is sorted, then there are other suitable NLP techniques that you can apply to intervene and rectify the problem. Another common situation where strategy elicitation can help is around relationships. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're the kind of person who finds getting too close to someone can trigger a flight response, and as a result you start subconsciously sabotaging the relationship just before it can get too serious. NLP can help you understand your behaviour pattern and then compensate accordingly. Now, I've already mentioned that NLP can assist people with their phobias, which is another common issue that crops up. Those with phobias will tell you that they suffer from sometimes significant anxiety, and as a result, their quality of life is often diminished, quite understandably. Take, for instance, the fear of flying. You can imagine the limitations that such a phobia might have on someone who, say, has to travel abroad, maybe for work. You may hear this NLP technique referred to as the fast phobia cure. It is also known by its less snappy title, the visual kinesthetic dissociation pattern. That speaks for itself. As the name suggests, it uses dissociation to remove phobia. Just on that note, this phobia cure is best carried out on a face-to-face basis with an experienced NLP practitioner. The process involves dissociating you completely from the negative emotional experience. On the plus side, unlike other traditional phobia treatments, this NLP technique does not require repeated exposure to the subject of your phobia, a fact that arachnophobes particularly find comforting. It is, however, an NLP technique that does require a practitioner to stick closely to the process. Carried out successfully, it is like magic. In just one session, you can be free from the cloud you've been living under for years. Goal setting, another obstacle that figures largely in the NLP world. The fact is, if you don't set goals, make a business plan, or have any clear objectives, you're basically at the mercy of random fate. It's pretty hard to manifest what you want when you're unclear about what you want to focus on. NLP has the means to transform your life in this area too. The fundamental point about goal setting, it's all about congruence, and that's known in NLP terms as the ecology. And what I mean by that is, you're guided to explore how you feel from a sort of 360 viewpoint. In other words, does it feel right in your head, in your heart, in your gut? And also, what impact or consequence does it have on your life and the people around you? To check ecology, it's important to decipher how the goal is going to enrich your life. What will you do with it once it's achieved? Will it impact on you, and how? And will it impact on your family or friends? These questions help you to gain clarity and open new neurological connections. In support of this, you employ all your 5 senses to visualize your goal. This primes your unconscious mind as to what your goal could look like once it's been achieved. It adds clarity and definition to the goal, helping to create a magnetic attraction to push you on and reach for it. Embedding this goal into your future involves placing the vision of your success on your future timeline and keeps it in view. By practicing these NLP processes, you can ensure your unconscious mind and energy are aligned with your desired outcome. Okay, so I think I've droned on long enough. This is, of course, by no means a comprehensive account of NLP, but I hope you can begin to see its potential to transform your life, and with a little effort, you can adopt and integrate these practices until they're part and parcel of your daily life and thinking. And if you've already come to the realization that your beliefs, emotions, and behavior drive your experience, then the chances are you're already practicing some form of NLP in your daily life. If nothing else, NLP improves motivation simply because it provides the opportunity for you to know yourself better. NLP is an effective and versatile approach to a variety of mental challenges, whether it's finding personal resources to deal with stressful situations, an ability to flex your behaviour in response to life's difficulties. It can even increase the speed in which you're able to learn. With all that in mind, if you feel you're struggling with some mental block or limiting belief that's holding you back, you're having difficulty reaching a life goal, or you simply wish to learn to better understand and control your emotions, then you may find talking it over with an NLP specialist could help you. You can reach me by using the contact link I've added below. It'll just let you make a 30-minute appointment with me for a preliminary obligation-free chat, after which you can decide if you want to book some coaching. And if this has sparked your interest to know more about NLP, I've also added a free guide that covers some fundamental techniques. Don't forget to subscribe and you'll be notified of every new video I post. And in the meantime, thank you so much for your company. I hope you can join me again next time for more on living your best life. Bye for now.